Finally time to finish this bad boy off. Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So it's finally time to get this bad boy finished. This has just been an absolutely great build, but before we get into it, I just want to give a massive thank you to Euro RC for sponsoring today's video. As the majority of you will no doubt know, Euro RC can be found across social media. Their main port of call is their amazing website. They do obviously all things RC, including Tamiya. As I said, they can also be found across Instagram, YouTube and Facebook. And most importantly of all, if you are going to use Euro RC, please go into the description of this video and use our Tamiya Legends 5% discount promo code for any RC purchases. They've given us that, so we might as well use that promo code. Okay, so as I said, been itching to get this one finished. This kit from start to finish has just, I cannot tell you, just been such a pleasure to put together. The chassis build TO2S, just beautiful sort of old school design, and just a chance to build one from scratch. It's superb. We've got the cockpit done now, which is awesome because I'm usually very lazy with those. So that's ready. So yeah, what's left now is this body. Now obviously it's a hard body shell. And there's a lot of detailed paintwork to go on it, so it's going to be probably a 2-day job this. So the first process is TS26, and that's obviously just a full car. There's a couple of little bit, there's 1, 2, 3, I believe there's another 3 plastic parts that need the same TS26 paint. So that'll be the first process, and then the detailing I know of, the front and rear window surrounds have to be masked off, painted black. The bottom, the 2 sills either side have to be black. There's a big grille near the top that's got to be black. There's lights, there's an orange and a silver lights to do. There's red and orange or red and silver lights to do at the back. There's a back grille to paint. There's door handles and there's a filler cap on either side. Door handles in black with the silver bit in the middle. Oops, sorry. The dual fuel filler cap things. The background of that is black, and then the cap itself is silver. And as you can see, there's just, where is it there? Nightmare. I'm not looking forward to it. And then when all that's done, we've got the decals to get on, and these look a bit of a pig, to be honest. I think people, or I shouldn't say people, but I think if you're going to screw up, you're going to screw up at this front end. So I'm not overly looking forward to the actually sort of martini stripes going all the way across. But if I can get to that stage and we're all golden, then I'll start to relax, and then we'll just sort of finish it off. Can't tell you, honestly, I know, sorry for repeating myself again, but this has to be one of the best Tamiya kits ever, in my opinion. It's a special kit. It's just been thought about, everything that you get with it and the detailing. What you end up with a masterpiece of one of the most famous Group B rally cars of all time. Anyway, that's enough dribble. I think I'm stalling because I've got to start painting. Anyway, first step will be, I'll take the back sort of parts sprue off there. We'll trim that down, we'll give it a wipe, a once over, and then we'll get some layers onto it. So next time I come back on, this will have all the white on. Right, that's the paint on. It's had about 4 or 5 coats, and early indications are good. No hairs, no fingerprints, no runs. So yeah, that should it. So we'll let that harden, and then in between, while I'm waiting, I suppose the next step is to, once it's hardened, get the front and rear windows masked and those side sills, and maybe well, we'll have a look at it all. Maybe if we can get it all masked and then do the paint in one hit, that'd save a bit of time. Right then, so paint's hardened, looks great. Yeah, really happy with that. So what I've done now is, and you're probably going to struggle to see this, that front and back large window's now masked, but it's white on white, so it's a little bit difficult to see. So I can paint those. What I've done is I've used a black paint pen just to give me my line, so I get it nice and crisp, and then I can paint up to that line. So that's the sills, and then I've masked this section here because it's got to go all the way across. So we've done that obviously on both sections. Front, there's these two lights to fill in with paint now, and then this grille. I've meant there's a little bit I'll have to clean up here, but it might actually get covered because obviously the big spotlight covers come over. But anyway, I've got to fill them with black. And finally is the back end. So all this big section up here has got to be black. Again, use a black paint pen to do that. And then these air intakes or whatever, air outlets, I've just done them with black paint pen. Do need to sharpen them up a little bit, but yeah, I couldn't have done that with a brush, not with my sort of painting skills. But yeah, quite happy with that. That's gone together reasonably well. So I'll dig the XF18 out, I think it is, which is black. Maybe, I don't know if it's gloss or matte black, and we'll get the paint on. Right, that's where we're up to. What a mission that was. I made tons of mistakes. Really frustrating. Smudging the black onto the white and vice versa. It's been a headache. I've been at this all day. Anyway, before I show you the body, we've obviously put the lenses in the front spotlights. That's the two front headlights, and that's the rear lights that I've painted. Right, so body wise, so this is what we've done. So our front end is finished now. Done the lights, as you can see. That white separation line, it kind of tells you to carry it over in a silver, but I thought it'd be nice to leave it white because it's quite a crisp line. That grille gets covered up a lot, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let's bring it round a bit. So we've got the vents, again not perfect, but it's not bad. Front window surround, side sills done, door handles have turned out a treat. This is the bit I'm really struggling with. That's supposed to have a black background and then do the silver can. I've given up on it. I can't get into it properly, so I'd rather just leave it silver, and I still think it'll look okay, to be fair. Rear window surround, and then the back end. So painting wise, thank goodness that's all finished now. So the only thing I'm going to do, because I want to let this harden overnight, so I'm just going to fit the front and rear headlights, and I'm also going to fit the front spotlight thing, and then because there's a bit of gluing involved with that, and then we'll let it harden overnight. So I'll get them on and then I'll come back. Right, that's all the bits on. So as I say, I'm going to leave this all for the glue and the paint to all harden overnight, and then I'll come back and we'll start the decaling. But I'm reasonably happy with it. It's far from perfect, but it's not bad. So windscreens are in all the way around. The front lights are all in now. So that was the two headlights, and then those covers are glued in, and then obviously we've got the rally spotlights, which looks pretty cool. And then on the back end, we've just got the rear lights in. So they're in position. So yeah, we're pretty good to go now. And then of course we'll just sit it on the chassis while it's doing its thing. Looks mighty cool. Yep, that's looking pretty badass, I think. It's funny. It's the decals. Well, it's quite obvious thing to say, but it's the decals that's going to bring this thing alive. Because it does look quite plain. I thought just with the basic car it'd still look good, but it is still quite plain. But anyway, let's leave it overnight, and then we'll get back to it in the morning. Right, my friends, so it's the morning after, and it's early, and I wanted to get the stripes out of the way, as you can see, because that's the last thing that I could have made a mistake on, which would sort of ruin the car. Pretty happy to report they've gone on fantastic. got a couple of little creases on the front. So what happens is you put the middle one on first, then you put the top rear followed by the side overlaps, and then same on the other side, and then you put the lower front on first followed by this one. So extremely happy with that, really am. That is absolutely awesome, and I've got them tucked into the lights like you're supposed to. Yeah, that is superb. So what I'll do now is I'll just concentrate. I'll do all the front decals, and we'll do the bonnet, and just sort of work up. If there's anything on the roof, which I'm not sure about, side, you know, we'll just follow it in order now. Absolutely superb. Right, so that's the front decals on. Oh, it's starting to take shape now. Starting to look like a proper rally car. Right, next up is the bonnet. Right, that's the bonnet and visor done. There's hardly anything on the bonnet. I expected, you know, if you consider all the ones you've put on the front end, and then the bonnet's just got the big Lancia, the badge, and then the sun strip. Right, so what I'll do next, I'll concentrate on the back end now. Right, that's the back end done. Oh, it's just getting sexier and sexier, this thing. So we've obviously got two vents, and then we've got the Rally Monte Carlo, and on the back, look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous, loving it. Right, I guess next up we'll start doing the sides. We've still got a lot of work. We've still got the body shelter finishes off. There's the wing mirrors to do, there's the window wipers to do, obviously the cockpit to fit, there's the big air intakes to fit. Still a fair bit to do on this. Anyway, let's get the side decals on. Right, finally, that's that's all the decals on at this stage. But I've got to say, how good does that look? That's gorgeous, isn't it? It really is. What a body shell this is. Got the window ones on, the wing ones on. I think you've seen most of that. That sexy back end. What a thing. So the next step is to fit the window wipers and the side mirrors, and then we've got these air intakes, wrong side, these air intakes that I have to glue on here and then put a decal on. So we'll get those little jobs done next. Right then, so that's, oh, that detail's amazing. So obviously we've got the pair of wing mirrors on, and we've got the window wipers. Now in the kit, these poke all the way through, and you put an O-ring on the inside and a body clip. I've snipped them short and glued them on. I much prefer them being solid. They look superb. And then we've got these gorgeous the air intakes back here. If you can see that on camera, they've really beefed that back end up. They look absolutely superb. Loving it. So next job, what's next job, Glenn? Right, we've got to fit the canopy, and I'm also going to stick some tyre decals on just to have a look at. Now the only ones I've got unfortunately are Bridgestone Potenza, so obviously this car should have Pirellis on, but before I go to the expense of buying a full sheet, I'll just stick them on till see, because I'm not too sure tyre decals and a rally car. So anyway, let's get the tyre decals on and the cockpit in. Right, that's just about it. So cockpit's in, it's velcroed if you've never done one, so it can come back out. So that's in position, and as I say, I've put some tyre decals on. I know there should be Pirellis, sorry, but yeah, I just want to see if they're going to work on a rally car. So let's stick it on, see what it all looks like finished. And she's done. Oh my word! Tyre decals work for me. I'll definitely get hold of some Pirelli ones at some point in the future, but I think it only enhances the car. But that finished. I know I should cut the body posts down a little bit, but it's not set yet. Although what I might just do quickly is just take a little bit off there. Right, that's a bit better. I've just trimmed the body post slightly. Again, I don't want to take any more off until I've got it properly set. That thing looks superb. That's probably the stance I'll have it at when I've run it and it gets retired to the shelf to look pretty. That looks absolutely gorgeous. And she's done. And I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed this build from start to finish. I'm not too sure why that is, but what I mean by that is it's been a while since I've done a full build. But this is a very, very special kit from Tamiya. You know, cockpit, hard body, but the detailing on it, and of course it's a legendary car with one of the most famous liveries in the world. Just absolutely spot on. It's just really puts a smile on my face. It's taken a while to do. This is day 4. Yeah, 4 days it's taking me. Obviously there's a lot of sort of waiting for paint to dry within that. But those decals today, I had all the paint finished by last night, and that everything else now has taken me probably a good 4.5 hours to get this to this finished state. But yeah, absolutely made up, absolutely gorgeous. If you are thinking about this kit, just get it. You will not be disappointed. Only thing I'm sorry about is I didn't get it earlier, because it's an absolute stunner. Anything I would change, there's certainly one thing, I don't know if there's two, where on the back of the cockpit where it tells you to cut out these massive oval holes, I think you could have left a lot of that on and added some more detail at the back. I would have to check that, because the back at shock tower just poked through, but that bit on the cockpit's raised anyway, so it would take that. But yeah, you could have just added a bit more detail to it. Not that it looks bad. Anything else? No, I don't think so. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. God, that was such a joy to do. I'm gonna go away and do my usual thing now and just stare at it. So next time you see this, we'll get it running. I've got to be honest, I did plan to take it on the gravel. Obviously we'll take it on the tarmac first of all, just to set it up, see kind of what speeds it's doing and see what it handles like, because obviously it's a TA or 2S chassis. And then I was kind of thinking we'll get it on a loose surface and kick up some dust and we'll get some action pictures. Gotta be honest, not too sure I want to do that now. Obviously there's the chrome plated wheels that could scratch, there's obviously the paint work and stuff with stuff, I don't know, we'll see. Obviously I've just finished this, so it's kind of my pride and joy right now, and maybe in a week or so we'll when it is time to take it out for its first blast, maybe I'll change my mind. What a thing indeed. Right, I'll stop drooling and I'll end this video. So a massive thank you again to Euro RC for sponsoring today's video. If you are going to buy anything from your site, Euro RC, jump into this video's description and all their details and links, and most important bit of all, our Tamiya Legends 5% discount promo code is in there, and obviously we need to use that as much as we can. So thanks so much for watching, it's absolutely massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing, support us, and if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. And as always my friends, does Tamiya get any better than that? Happy RCing.